Hello everyone and welcome to the May Viewer Challenge. Kicking things off today. Map number 1. The first match of the day shall be on Dynasty. The blue Terran player here. The blue SCVs, of course. It is Erutar. And their red Zerg opponent, the red drones, the bottom left corner, it is SC2. Viewer challenge time, everyone. Get excited. Alarak, you know what must be done.
I hesitate to think what you would do without me.
Very well. Thank you, as always. The viewer challenge for this month, to commemorate the end of my, I would say, first StarCraft 1 playthrough, we just finished off remastered earlier this month, is Back in My Day. Ladies and gents, back in my day, we had the Great Brood War, of course. So I bid my challengers, my viewers, and all of their creative forms to play a match where they built only the units that were available in StarCraft 1 or Brood War, I would say. So, what does that really translate to? You might be thinking, first of all, I had to make them think, because then they had to sit there and go, wait, which units were in StarCraft 1? So for Terran, obviously, Marines. Okay, we all know Marines were there. As far as the barracks, though, there were no Marauders. There were no Reapers. So you're limited to Marines and Ghosts from the barracks, from the factory. Guess what? Siege tanks. That's about it. No Widow Mines, no Thors, nada. The challenge, I will say, I left it to essentially just the units in terms of their names, not quite their functionality. For example, Zerg. We know Zerg had queens back in the Brood War. They were very different, though. Zerg had their queens, although they were substantially different. I said, totally fine. Queens were there in the Brood War. They're here today and now, and we appreciate them no matter what form they're in. So, queens are totally fine, guys. You want to make a bunch of queens? More power to you. Don't make things like banelings, though, because banelings, bit of a no-no. Can't have roaches. Roaches weren't there in the Great Brood War. So for Zerg, gosh, that's like Zerglings, Queens, Hydralisks, Lurkers, Ultras. Oh, Mutas. Could have Mutas, which that actually sounds like kind of fun. You can make it set up like a Brood War ZVT here. Get some Lings, get some Mutas, finish off with Ultras. Oh, yeah. On the other side, I still actually can't identify which one of them is the submitter because the Terran has made only Marines so far. And the Zerg... Okay. I'm intrigued. Marine tank, the trend continues. All right. They're both macroing. I think we can speed this up a little bit. As always, I told my replay submitter, give me something a little calm, a little chill for the first game. We can ease our way into the challenge for everyone here. I was told, though, quite a surprise for the final game of the day. Final match was unexpected. Uh-oh. That's a medevac. Not looking good for you, Mr. Terran. Alright, we will see. The Zerg, they really haven't built much of anything. Overlords, Mutas, okay. Mutas, totally fine. What is this, an Overseer? Overseers weren't really present there. But it's also... Zerg's really only detection, so... I'm inclined to be lenient. Flexible with a finger wag. Okay, the Muta's going to make their presence known, make their way into the main base here. The Terran glacially slow to respond. The SCVs not doing too well. The Marines get here. The SCVs just focused on their work. Okay, the task at hand. We're getting 1-1, but severe lack in a lot else. Like, the barracks don't even have add-ons. Instead, we're getting 8 missile turrets, 5 of them in the natural. Oh dear, the poor thing. You've been hurt before. No, mutas, terrifying creatures. Lucky for you though, mutas, of course, require quite a lot of attention, and your opponent, it's showing. Okay. No, instead, Muta's picking off a siege tank. Will get damaged by that missile turret. +1, I'm sorry, that's +1 air attack for the Muta. So, Skiemp here, the Zerg player, enjoying their commitment to Mutas, enjoying that feeling of busyness. I'm getting a lot done. Wow, look at that. Oh, wait, why do I have so much money? Huh. Interesting correlation here between Mutas and money, indeed. Oh. Pick off that Overseer. I don't want to look at it anymore. Go ahead and kill it off for me, will you, Erutar? Much appreciated. The turrets. Look at that, guys. How many is that? 5, 9 missile turrets. We're missing something here, though, I will say. The command center's looking rather hatless. Like, at least make it a planetary. Make it a planetary for me, please. Muta's actually gonna pick off a barracks. Okay. Things are looking quite good, I would say, so far for the Zerg player. Not because of the damage the Zerg has done, but because of the damage the Zerg has done here. Okay. The psychological trauma. And now we're gonna hit him with slow lings just to make him go. Were those slow lings? At least this isn't Wings of Liberty or Brood War. Back in my day, we had to research siege mode. We're getting more turrets. How many turrets you got? 14 missile turrets. Good grief. The lings move in now with speed, able to pick off the siege tank with the help of the other siege tank. He always had it out for him. The siege tank rivalry is quite vicious on Dynasty. Oh my god, he's making it into a planetary. Well, that's thumbnail material right here. We got 9 turrets and a planetary in the natural. That is perfect. Alright, clearly the Zerg is the one sticking to the challenge because we're seeing Vikings on the way, which is questionable to fight Mutas even if there wasn't a challenge in play. Not sure I really recommend Vikings, but that's okay. So how's the Zerg doing? They're getting Infestation Pit, Hydralisk Den here. Okay. I'm okay with the choices. The Infestation Pit, of course, necessary if you want to actually move up into a Hive and Ultras. The Marines completely surrounded here. We're not even going to try to pick them up. They have 1-1, but again, no stim, no shields. The Mutas will get one of the medevacs, too. That's, it hurts. It hurts. I wouldn't even consider myself a Terran main, and that still hurts to watch. Ouch. The replacement barracks have been made. Their add-ons still just an idea. Still just in the planning phase. We do know add-ons exist, though. Like, we have a tech lab. We have a reactor on the starport. But, you know, back in the Brood War, actually, barracks couldn't have add-ons. You remember? The factory had the machine lab, the starport had the control tower, and the science facility had the fancy things, like the covert ops or the physics lab. Yeah, physics, right? Weird. But the barracks actually didn't have anything, so maybe Erutar is actually trying to play the challenge here, just in a little different form. Look, I can play without add-ons on my barracks, and I will go, actually creative. I like the idea. I did not impose any restriction on buildings for people to, like, say, Protoss can't build Warp Gate. I didn't say that, because I think that was a little unfair, just to make it completely like the Brood War. But hey, if you want to impose your own challenge, go for it. I will not stop you from making things harder for yourself. More entertainment for me. Command center quickly destroyed and denied. The group of Viking Marine here going to get caught by the Zerg. Marines fully surrounded. The Mutas get on top of the Vikings, which is going to be absolutely expected. That was a slaughter. Avert your eyes, Age of Empires players. That's food dye. That's just food coloring on the ground there. Don't worry. All roads lead to battle cruisers, do they not? This is a lot of siege tanks, though. If we actually would move out with the siege tanks, I think you might be able to get something done here. Okay. Well, how we looking? The Zerg player adding on 7 Ultralisk, so the composition: Zergling, Hydralisk, Mutalisk, Ultralisk, all Lisks here, Lings and Lisks, that's the game, and that works. Satisfies the challenge requirements, makes me feel all warm and fuzzy, absolutely. It's a lot of hatcheries. I think you're just having fun at this point. I think you're in a fine position here, Zerg compadre. The question will be the battle cruisers, of course. How many mutas? 11 mutas. Not enough to deal with 3 cruisers. The Hydralisks should be fine, though. No Hydra upgrades, though. No grooved spines. No muscular augments. Those 2 things actually were present in the Rooter. I'd be totally fine with them. Hydra range, Hydra speed. Get those ultras in front. How many ultras is that? 7. Very nice. The 1 scouting muta here. Erutar moved out twice onto the map and now completely sick and tired of these Zerg shenanigans. With 18 Marines, 2 cruisers, the siege tanks I think might actually do a decent job. The issue's gonna be the Ultras, I think. Little late for bunkers, my friend. We need more turrets, more planetaries. You remember the Wings of Liberty finale? I'm sorry, the creep is here? I didn't even notice the creep was here. The Ultra's gonna move into position. Ling's desperately trying to help out the Hydra. Muta will completely decimate the cruisers. The Ultras break through the ground forces, get on top of the siege tanks. The planetary helping out substantially will still fall. The Ultra's badly bruised and injured, and it would seem that the Terran has been broken. Battle cruisers, though? Like, we're about to have 1 pop out. Somebody's making a Viking, which is not a good decision for that starport. The turret field has been destroyed, has been cleansed. The Ultra's even focusing down the turret in the main here. Hydras have to wiggle their way up the ramp. We'll deal with this battlecruiser. No Yamato, no warp in, no hope for the Terran here. Oh no, the loss of the fusion core. Every gold Terran's beating heart just skipped a beat. I'm sorry, guys. Keep your blood pressure down. Take a breath. It's over. There is no hope for this Terran. Skiemk, the victor, the challenge winner. Let us check. Active forces include Zerglings, Hydralisks, Ultralisk, and Queens. Totally fine. Units lost. Everything fine but the Overseers, which again I'm going to be flexible on because that's Zerg's detection. Okay, that's I'll give you okay, that's totally fine. Onwards to the next map. The next map of the day shall be Amphion. The blue Protoss here warping into the upper left. It is going to be Backstabber, I think. Boy, that tests my vision, though. Well done, whoever you are. And their opponent, who apparently needs to keep a close eye on their back. It is Mish Mish. A name so nice, you say it twice, I say. Drones on the way. Hatchery, nothing peculiar yet. We have a Protoss, though. So we haven't talked, I think, about the Protoss forces yet. So Protoss, gosh, back in my day, we could only make zealots. Let's see, and no dragoons, of course. From the gateway, what do we have? We have zealots, no adepts, no stalkers. You can have high templar, you can have dark templar, you can have archons. Okay, that's actually pretty darn strong right there. Robo? Gosh, observers? Is that really it? No immortals, no colossi, no disruptors, prism. Gosh, the prism's a tricky one, because, like, we had the shuttle. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say probably no prism. But if somebody made a prism, I might not disqualify them. We'll see. See how I'm feeling, how the rest of the game goes. Oh, okay. That makes sense now. So, proxy gate, proxy zealot, great. The gas is here so they can actually get the minerals open. Because if you mine a little bit of minerals, technically you're supposed to take the minerals back. You can't mine more minerals. But if you switch it to gas, you can just go back and forth. There you go. Alright, good. So get the gas, now get... Oh, we're going to make another gateway, of course. Alright. So, really, we have a defensive cannon rush set up with 4 gates? Good grief. Oh, this poor Zerg. This poor Zerg. What are you gonna do for the defense? I don't think they're going to see this coming either. Oh wait, that's the Protoss. No, there's been no Overlord scouting this way. Okay. Gonna keep an eye on the natural, but that's about it. Oh boy, this might be a quick one. Proxy Zealot, huh? Where were we? We were thinking we did the Robo. So, Stargate. What can we make out of the Stargate? Carriers? Really? Is that it? Void Ray? Phoenix? No. Oracle? No. Tempest? No. Gosh. Wow. I'm not sure I really thought that through. Protoss. You get mostly gateway units, so that's fine. Anti-air, though. You're stuck with Archons and carriers. Those 2 very gas-heavy anti-air options. I suppose if the Protoss is the submitter, the decision to proxy gate Zealot might be necessary just to get anti-air out. Alright, Roach Warren. Completed for the Zerg. A surprisingly early Roach Warren. They haven't really scouted much of anything, but they'll see the Zealots now. Zealots get in contact with the Queen. She's probably quite offended, but absolutely not able to stop. Roaches here. Spore Crawler. That's a ambitious hope. Spore Crawler, because I'm supposed to get Spore Crawlers, Indigos, not because I need Spore Crawlers. The drones, get them out of here. Oh my gosh, it hurts. Seeing the dead drones. Zealots moving around, more on the way. I don't think I could have picked a better song to go on right now. Roaches, help out. Why are we getting a lair? We don't need a lair, we need less deaths at this point. More Zealots pouring in here. 3 Zealots, 2 from the top side at a time, okay. Oh, the main base in quite a bit of peril now. 6, 8 Zealots are about to be here. 2.5 Roaches not going to be able to really help out. That's going to be focused down too. The Broodlings helping out, surrounding, but again, that's just a lot of Zealots. Is this game over? No, this can't be game over. No way. Right? I mean, the Protoss has control of the main base. The Roaches. I swear I'd do it all just the same. Both the song and the Protoss, I'm sure, are saying. Be able to get the main base here. Also, should be able to get the 3rd base. Oh god, the drones. Not supposed to rally to this injured hatchery here. Oh man, it's all falling apart. There's no more queens left. The pool was destroyed, so no more queens can even be made. Aren't we glad we made the roach warren at the natchery? The lair. The lair was ambitious at best. The main base been destroyed. Oh, everything but the spore crawler. See, Indigos, aren't I glad I made that spore crawler? You're not even gonna kill it. Kill this. No, come back here. Kill this darn spore crawler of shame. Wow, this is a complete disaster for the Zerg. Things are falling apart. They do have 33 drones, though. If they can actually stabilize, they would be fine. The issue is that, very ambitious request of stabilizing. We're getting glial reconstitution, which will help with kiting the zealots for sure. But we're going to need more roaches. Yeah. By the way, of course, in case anyone hadn't thought it through yet, I just had the thought. Roaches automatically disqualifying the Zerg. So clearly the Protoss, the submitter here, the bully Protoss here, proxy gate zealot. I like the decision, nonetheless. Adding on some probes now. Not making any more zealots, it seems, despite having the money. So perhaps the Protoss trying to actually weave their way out of the zealot phase of the game, even though I think if they just pressed the advantage, made some extra gates, they could win this. The hatchery destroyed. The broodlings will clean up the rest of the zealots. The roaches helping out too. Okay. And now the Zerg able to replace, able to stabilize. There's a few zealots remaining. But I think it's pretty much over. There's also no warp gate. Which, I say good. Good on you, because back in my day, we had to run our zealots across the other side of the map. Yeah. Oh, that's a good question. What about upgrades? Charge? Charge would be fine, because it's essentially zealot legs, right? They just happened to get a little more pep in their step compared to the Brood War, okay? You get a bonus point if you go the whole game without warp gate, though. Also, really? You moved these zealots in here and put them on hold position just to... Sneaky. Absolutely sneaky. Actions per minute, decently balanced, I would say, at this point. Zealot will be dealt with. Roaches. Not going for the high ground. Actually might... No, go. Go up here. You know those zealots are coming from up here. Oh, gonna go for that building hatchery now. No, gonna go for the roaches instead. These roaches have glial reconstitution. The Zerg player had the plan, had it coming together. They got the lair quite early. And then, yeah, we really need all of the roaches to help out. And behind this, oh dear. Oh my. Now, we talked already about what they're supposed to build from a Stargate, so we know what's coming. Certainly an action-packed match, though. We're almost at 10 minutes. So far, 31 zealots. The only losses. Somebody's life for Ire. That's a lot of lives for Ire. Twilight on the way. Will it be for charge? Oh, maybe it's for Templar. I would like that. I would like to see that. Go up. Here, get Templar Archives, get Storm, get DTs even. Dark Shrine would be fine, of course. Even though that's not quite how they were made back in the day. They were bunk mates, having the Templar Archives be for both High and Dark Templar. At this point, though, everybody knew they needed separate rooms, so it just wasn't going to work out. We had to split them up. There were too many fights going on. High Templar kept stealing the Dark Templar's cloaks. Dark Templar kept making fun of the High Templar. It was just a disaster all around. So we gave everybody separate rooms, Templar Archives, Dark Shrine. Everybody's happy now. It's all fine and dandy. The Zealots continue to wreak havoc in all three of the bases. Spinecrawler, almost in the exact same position as the Spore Crawler from before. Speaking of which, was that Spore Crawler killed? Did it just bleed off because it didn't have any creep? Holy drone deaths. Where is the Zerg army? There's 12 roaches. They were just sitting there. Oh, that hurts. Charge on the way, about to complete for the Protoss, which, as I mentioned, totally fine with. Totally fine with that upgrade. More Nexus on the way. We're expanding. Is this gold? That's the partial gold. Okay. I don't know. Can't help them all. Fleet beacon on the way. We know what that's going to be for. Means times 2 this a little bit, you two. Good grief. How much more Zerg abuse am I going to have to watch? Zealots moving in. Another group of 4. Oh, they should be able to get this. The Roaches helped with the defense previously, but will not be succeeding this time. Main base Spinecrawler. Really lifting some weight, helping out. I like it. We never did check that. The Spore Crawler did die. I'm willing to bet it just bled out because there was no creep. 11 Overlords. That's a choice. We have 1 Queen. Where's it at? Injects. We really need this. Just all around a mess. All around a disaster. The Protoss continuing their havoc of decorative Stargates. There's not enough money. We've only got 35 probes. What are you making 4 Stargates when you only got 35 probes? Come on. You've been making investments in Zealots since even before I was playing Brood War. Oh, dear. My gosh. You gotta hand it to them, though. The Zealot aggression really is working out well. We're getting muscular augments for the overwhelming number of Hydralisks we have, which is going to be a mild help as the fleet is on its way. Zealots continuing, just a delay. I actually see the plan coming together. That's what I suspected. Like, you go for proxy Zealots, you go for the gateway setup, you get aggressive, make sure that the Zerg is off balance, and losing 70 drones. I'm sorry, 70 drones have been killed off, and they're still here. The Protoss has nearly traded away 1 Zealot per drone at this point in the game, and it's just working out really well. So the Zealots continuing. They get another Queen here. The Roach is scrambling to help out. There's 2 Hydralisks. Well, there's 8 Corruptors, though. Where's the Spire? Oh, the Spire's in the main base. I'm just blind. Couldn't see it. They do know about all of this. The Hive cluster is under attack. The carriers have arrived. Who called in the fleet? Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, no, not the wrong faction for that one. My bad. The Roaches really should just go find somewhere to sit and burrow and pray that the Corruptors can get out and handle this. They're going to group up, actually, which is a good decision. Oh, they could distract the carriers, maybe. Is it enough? How many we've got? 8? 8 Corruptors against 4 carriers. Oh, my word. Oh, one of them's going to be picked off. The focus fire looking good, actually. I think they might be fine. Reinforcement Corruptors here. They're not even going to need to focus fire, it seems. The interceptors falling from the sky. The carriers plummet soon after. The Zerg stabilizing. Uh-oh. I say stabilizing. Have you hit 100 yet? We're getting there. We're getting there, Indigos. Zealots still. The spawning pool being made for the 3rd time this match. A Zealot carrier. Not the composition I expected to be seeing here. It's working reasonably well. The drones just keep on dying off. You get a bonus point. Not only because you don't have Warp Gate, but if you hit 100 drone kills, which is very realistic at this point. Oh my gosh. 96. Roaches. The roach army's starting to bleed off at this point too. The carriers continue to warp in. Okay. Setting up the attacks. Just bleeding off zealots left and right though. I don't know about the decision. It's all worth it if I get to 100 drone kills, right, Indigos? Absolutely. Completely worth it. Zerg player trying to split up workers. Roach is having a lot of difficulties in the main base here, though. Or, main base. This is the Natchery. Effective main at this point, though. The main in spirit, we will call it. Okay. The Hydra. I'm sorry, air upgrades. We're getting armor. Very good choice, actually. Helpful against the carriers. Helpful against the interceptors, I should say. Attack would be helpful against the carriers. The zealots continue their reign of terror. We did it. 108 drone kills. And the game isn't even over yet. Oh god, they go for the Spire. That could be really bad. There's not a lot of corruptors made compared to the carrier count. We're at 6 carriers, and the zealots, they're doing their job. I'm honestly surprised the Zerg is still here. This game would have been so annoying to play. I have to admire the Zerg's patience, the Zerg's tenacity, okay? Because even just the sheer amount of attacks, you gotta be telling yourself, like, I'm doing okay. I keep defending, he keeps throwing away zealots. Oh no, the drones. Zealots, they get the... And it just ends. I was just thinking, I'm really surprised that the Zerg is still here. Because, oh my gosh, what an annoying game. Very well done, you Protoss backstabber. You. Let's check compositions here. Shouldn't they have stopped? Oh, the Protoss is still here. They didn't actually leave right away. Okay, interesting choice. Zealots, carriers, in active forces. Yeah, you're still playing. All right, you have fun. 151 zealots were lost. 4 carriers, which definitely satisfies the requirement. You built only StarCraft 1 forces. You didn't even get Warp Gate. Fabulous. Beautiful commitment to the challenge. I love it. Onwards now to the next match. Where do I even put myself, guys? I'll go up here, maybe? I've never encountered the Brood War replay interface. Let's go over here. How's that look? Am I just part of the replay now? Maybe that's fine. That'll be okay for now. Can't believe you guys did that. Alright. For the grand finale today. Get that going. On the map Boxer. For today's Back in My Day viewer challenge. I had viewer submit a StarCraft 1 replay. To which I went, huh. I guess that does satisfy the requirements. So, in the bottom left corner of the map Boxer here, we have the yellow Protoss player, the yellow probes. It is Masio PL. It doesn't even show their name. And on the other side, their opponent, the pink Terran command center, it is Paprika. The double viewer challenge here. Who is the submitter? I'd wager they both are. They probably came up with this together. Something tells me these are custom colors selected. StarCraft 1. I honestly didn't expect it. I didn't expect somebody to go about the challenge this way. Make only units that were available in StarCraft 1 or Brood War. They're like, why don't we just play StarCraft 1 or Brood War? And I'm like, actually, that's perfect. Thank you. Can we see their history? I think they were saying good luck and have fun. I'm Protoss and I'm Terran and all of that. So now, for the fun part. Casting a StarCraft 1 game. We know you're Terran. We saw that already. Good luck. Have fun, buddy. Alright. So this is our production tab. Protoss Gateway. Protoss Probe. Yes. Because I would forget that probes are actually Protoss. Yes. We have a Terran barracks. Very different from a Zerg barracks on the way. Okay. Assimilator opening up. Zealot, the first choice from the Gateway. A solid first choice. Can't really make a whole lot of other choices at this point in the match here. Not too sure about having the replay time. It doesn't show the total time, though. It does show, I guess, the time that it's going on. Can I do anything with these buttons? Oh, that gets rid of the panel. Oh, wow, okay. Well, probably should have thought of that. Alright, you two, don't do nothing crazy. Okay. I don't think they'll do anything crazy. I'm going to put myself over here, actually. There we go. Alright, we'll get rid of this. There we go. Now you guys can't see how much time is left. That'll be fine. The center here, oh, that's the unit panel. In case you weren't sure, this guy, he's a Zealot, okay? And he does 16 damage. It's out of control. It's been making Terrans mad. Wow. Dang, I can zoom out this far. Beautiful. Wonderful. We're all learning. We're all having fun here. I don't have to worry about their units not being part of the challenge because it's StarCraft 1. They can make whatever they want. It's a creative way around the challenge restrictions. I greatly appreciate it. Got a shield battery on the way for the Protoss. The Zealot's going to watch the front door here as the Zealot as the SCV just slips on by. And then tries to fight the Zealot, which is not going to go very well, I will say, for the SCV there. Behind this, beginning the army production, of course. Can we do, does this work? It doesn't seem to work. Interesting. Alright. Good to know. Doesn't seem to have any effect there. We could try it. Develop singularity charge. How informative, actually. The upgrade telling you what it does, what it is. That's better than even StarCraft 2 there. Increased Dragoon attack range. The initial force is going to start to clash in the middle of the map here. The Zealot angrily chasing the Marine. A battle as old as time here. That is choppy. I don't like that. The Zealot, he followed me home. Can I keep it? Are there other Terran forces at home? There's other Marines here. The joined forces, they might be able to actually beat the Zealot here. 3 Marines, though. Protoss Zealots are strong. StarCraft 1. There's 2 more Marines about halfway done, it seems. If the SCV helps out, too. Could get everything all together here. Oh, well, Zealot gets distracted. Starts hitting the barracks. It took a lot of shots. Okay, Zealots are no joke. This is why Terrans have been so mad for so many years. A singularity charge about to finish up. The Dragoons have shown themselves. Not quite ready to press their attack yet. And the Citadel of Adun has been warped in, which is going to be crucial for leg enhancement. Faster Zealot movement, it says. How helpful. Very informative indeed. So what do these other buttons do? Because clearly there's not a whole lot going on. They're both struggling with the controls, macroing it up. Here we got this production. Of course. I selected a mineral field. Get the Marine on screen here. We want the production tab. That's too helpful. Diplomacy menu. Whoa. Oh, I can reveal the entire map? Oh, dudes. Totally. That's so cool. Okay. What is it? Oh, the mini map. We don't want to get rid of that. Unit panel. Oh, that's the centerpiece. It's so modular. Statistics. Oh, that's the top right. The money. Supply. We don't want to get rid of that. It's absolutely good. And then game menu. Okay. Click an icon to show or hide a side panel. I don't know. Fancy. We're getting scouts. Oh, come on. Even I know scouts are not not that good. Okay. Really. And fire bats on the other side. Helpful against zealots, I'd wager. Probably not going to be too helpful. Ah, this was the scout canceled. I believe this... Whoa, what did I just hit? Oh, that was... Oh my gosh, speed up is you. Good grief. Okay, suddenly the Corsair is completed. I said the scout was canceled. I was trying to confirm was the scout canceled. It has been canceled. A Corsair has been made. We'll start to do a bit of scouting here. And we'll see. How's everything looking? It's going to scout around, check out the mineral line. Make sure nothing fancy going on there. The pink marines, far too scary to engage with a Corsair. Stem is about on the way as well. Ambitious. Ambitious choice here. The Corsair navigating around. Are we looking? Maybe I should speed this up a little bit. No way. Enjoy the Brood War graphics, guys. The Brood War music here. Getting Nexus on the way. They're both going for an expansion here. One of them, a little more decorative than the other, we'll say. And making 3 medics. So, usual compositions, usual choices for this matchup. I can't say I've played, a lot of Brood War recently, like competitively. I can't even tell you the last time I did Brood War ladder game, but I want to say composition usually for the Protoss. Dragoons, pretty darn strong, pretty good, helpful there. I see Storm, Storm get there. We could see carriers made. If these two, I have no idea what these two are going to do. Judging by the experience, the fact I know both of them, they're both viewers, probably not versed in StarCraft 1. They're probably just having a grand old time, which is fine by me. I want you guys to have fun at the end of the day. Did I see a fleet beacon? Oh god, I did see a fleet beacon. For Disruption Web, excuse me, the Corsair ability, the ground target to block out, is it any ranged attacks or is it just buildings? No, it's any ranged attacks, that's right. So actually, Disruption Web could be super helpful against Marines here. It's like Blinding Cloud for my StarCraft 2 enjoyers here. Disruption Web works like Blinding Cloud a little bit there. We shall see. The Terran composition, I really feel like the Terran should be moving out around this point. They got their stem. They've got a decent amount of bioforces here. They're adding on a factory behind this, and there's an opportunity to hit before the Protoss has carriers. They have a ComSat station. Have they really done a whole lot of scanning with it, though? I haven't heard any scans go out. The timing, fantastic. Carrier on the way. They should have been able to see the Stargate there, know that there's more air units on the way. The choice really should be going into mech, though. I do know from listening to many a TVP, mech is really the way to go for the Terran. You have to get siege tanks to deal with the Dragoons, Goliaths, if they start to go into carriers and air units, things like that. So, we shall see. I am actually going to speed this up a little bit because now I know the key bindings. U for up and D for down, apparently. Good thing to keep in mind. I was expecting the Terran to move out by this point in time, but I think they're really just going to try and mass up more units. They're adding on the factory. The Protoss, of course, should be taking it easy, should be chilling, taking it nice and slow, getting carriers. We're getting the increased carrier capacity, which is actually the name of the upgrade. You thought it was going to get a fancy name like Singularity Charge? No way. It's called Carrier Capacity. Fabulous. Third base on the way for the Protoss, feeling confident, feeling safe. Optical Flare for the medics, which is a choice, I will say. And not a whole lot of else in the production tab here. What was this? The pink, it was at a scan. I saw that on the minimap. Interesting. Figuring out. I can't even escape off of... It is. That's how it identifies the scan. Okay. Good to know. Oh. Oh. We moving out? It's happening. Back to the normal speed here. Observer on the way. Observer holding the middle of the map. Vehicle and ship and infantry weapons all on the way at once. We got the double armory, double eBay here. Standing army forces. There's a decent amount of dragoons. There's one carrier. The Protoss is going to see all of this happening, though, which is going to be very good. Give the Protoss a little bit of time here to set up shop. Disruption web appears to have been completed. I'm very keen to see how it will be used. I like the idea. I like the premise behind it. At this point, I think anybody who actually spends their money is probably going to be the victor. Marines, ready to go. Stim. Not quite ready for the stim yet. I would wait on the stim too. I would wait until the Protoss army actually engages. There's a decent amount of fire bats here. And there's not a whole lot of zealots. I don't actually think I can see how many they have total. Like of each. Oh, well that's one way I suppose. That's 4 zealots. Alright, engagement disruption web goes out, blocking the Marines on the top side there. The Marines starting to die off. I haven't heard any stims. The carrier looking to be in a strong commanding position. The Dragoons safely in the back here. The Marines finally breaking through the disruption web. The carrier retreating. Marines will be able to damage some of the Dragoons, but the Terran forces are falling, and fast. Holy moly, Protoss is good, guys. The carrier has 7 kills, the Dragoons. Some of them were injured, okay. This one, he took a lot of damage. But aside from that, that was very good for the Protoss. Able to best that Terran bio army, which is going to look like it's going to be remade. Really would like to see something like Goliaths at this point, I want to say. We shall see, though. The Corsair is going to head out. Might be able to throw a disruption web of SAS onto the mineral line. The amount of workers has plummeted, too. They're both at 29 workers, which is oddly even, I would say. Which is probably not good for anybody. Nobody's really spending their money, though, so the worker count's not a huge factor. The carriers seem to be a good choice. Dragoon carrier, looking like a decent composition here. Return now. Oh, you guys can't see it. I'm blocking the chat, damn it. Surrender now. I'm building scouts, the Protoss says. To which the Terran responds, oh no. Well, GG. I'm glad to see people having fun. That is truly the best part of the challenge. I didn't expect a viewer challenge to bring people together like this. Have a grand old time. It was a fun day here. All those serious replays from before. You guys were worried I was going to be serious. Dismal all day. No way. I'm going to have some fun here too. There's a DT on the way, which... I mean, the Terran, we know they do have detection. They've got 2 comsats. The question is, will they be effective? Will they actually go into effect here? Keep an eye on the DT here. I don't think I can follow. Whoa. I got rid of the production tab? I'm sorry, what? Alt-F. Naturally. The scouts doing scoutly things here, getting up onto the high ground, trading 1 scout for 1 marine, which sounds pretty par for the course for scouts in the grand scheme of things. Some of the SCVs doing their mining, focusing on the task, others just a bit of a fan club for some of the SCVs. Yeah, don't build scouts, guys. Even I know that one. And we actually do have some Goliaths hitting the field. Very nice. +1 attack as well. +1 armor on the way for said Goliaths. Probes starting to be rallied around. The Protoss bank is increasing substantially. We really just need more production across the board. The Terran's doing decently well. I'm sorry. Where's the Templar Archives? Oh, we can't see it here. We can see it up here, though. Develop Mind Control. Dark Archon ability. So the Protoss clearly intent on having fun with the match. Might be looking at a couple of Dark Archons here, as one of the DTs may reveal itself to the Terran here. Picking off one Marine. Oh my gosh, that's ambitious. Starts to focus down the Goliaths and just heading out. Oh, a scan does not catch the DT here. Gonna get the fire bat now. The DT wreaking havoc. Goes for the comp set. That actually is a very good choice, I would say. Quit microing, just let him do his thing. Might get it. Oh, no. Too many forces. Alright, the DT's going to run away. Unfortunately, though, the way scan works in this game is a little different than the way scan works in StarCraft 2. It's not just an area that is clipped. So if the DT gets scanned, it's like it sticks to him for the time. Things are revealed for an amount of time. So it's not like StarCraft 2 scan where you just get out of the area. No, it's not. Not nearly that simple, I would say. You have to actually run with the unit for a certain amount of time. I forget how much time it is, though. I'm sure somebody in the comments will be like, Indigos, it's exactly this much time, because I know that random fact. And I will go, thank you, you intellectual. I trusted you. I knew you had it covered. Much appreciated. How's our army looking? We got, what is this? So we got 9 Dragoons, 3 Carriers, and a Darkon. A Dark Archon. Obviously should be called Darkon. You know this to be true. Terran side, decent amount of army actually. They're at 103 supply with only 26 workers. So, gosh, that's looking pretty strong. The upgrades, I think, are a bit lacking though. We have 1-1 for the vehicles, 1-1 for the infantry. Okay. The upgrades, not quite far off. The Terran seems to be itching for a fight, though. Might be looking to set up position here. Where'd the carriers go? Oh, the carriers actually retreating. They might be able to catch the Dragoons, which would be a fantastic pickup, I think, here. Get rid of the production here. And tell you what, we'll also get rid of the unit panel. We can see this battle in all of its glory. Dragoons retreating, disruption web goes out, the carriers here to support. How will the interceptors fare? The Goliaths having a little difficulty actually focusing down. A lot of things are getting caught in the disruption web. I'm thinking the Corsair was a fantastic decision on the part of the Protoss. The medics offering a bit of a group hug, support, desperately trying to help out against the Dragoons. They're healing the fire bats. I think the Dragoons will fall. How many carriers are left, though? The Terran looking to be in a decent position. There's not a lot of anti-air left, though. If this final carrier falls, that might be game over for the Protoss. There is an Archon. There is a Darkon as well. Have we seen any mind controls yet? I'm not even sure what you would mind control at this point. The SCV, maybe? They mind control? No? Nothing yet. They got a medic. He mind controlled a medic. What? And that is where it ends. We do not get a fancy victory screen here. Can I even see who left? Like, what do I even do here? Can't see that. No? Okay. Wait, maybe the diplomacy? No. Okay. We don't know. We don't know who won. The Terran army is in shambles, though. I will say, my money is that the Terran left. The Protoss is the victor here. I declare it, I decree it, and if I am wrong, I'm sure they will let me know. As always, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the submissions. Everyone who submitted for the challenge this month, absolutely appreciate it. I hope you all have a great day.